Our Sunrise Smart Start today begins with breaking news overnight. Rochester police searching for leads after a man was shot in the city's Upper East Side.
RPD says they were originally called to North Goodman Street right before 9 p.m. for reports of a man bleeding and asking for help. When they arrived, they couldn't find the victim, but shortly after, learned the 30-year-old had been dropped off at the hospital. He is expected to survive. Anyone with information is asked to call 911.
Happening today, trial is set to begin for the man accused of killing an 8-year-old girl in Rochester nearly 21 years ago.
Investigators say in February 2004, Timothy Kuhn threw a Molotov cocktail at a home on Yates Street. There were several children inside. All of them escaped except for Savannah Strieber. Police say Kuhn had a prior relationship with her mother. He wasn't arrested until 2023. The 63-year-old faces charges for murder and arson. Jury selection begins at 9:30.
And jury selection also picks up again today in a separate case. This trial of 3 former Marcy correctional officers charged in the deathly beating of Greece inmate Robert Brooks. David Kingsley, Matthew Gallagher, and Nicholas Kiefer all face murder and various other charges for the alleged roles they played in Brooks's death last December. Matthew Gallagher's defense attorney tells potential jurors he's, quote, never been more scared in a trial than this one. We are also told Nicholas Kiefer will not testify. 13 jury members have been seated, but they do still need more alternates. We will let you know when jury selection is done, at which time opening statements will begin.
An Irondequoit business is now closed after the investigation into a man's death revealed it was operating without a liquor license. Police were called to the Lush Resto Lounge on East Ridge Road early Saturday, where they found multiple women fighting. As they worked to break up the crowd, a man identified as 30-year-old Charles Wilson came crashing through the front glass window of the building. Wilson suffered severe lacerations, and despite life-saving attempts by police and EMS, he later died in the hospital. Since then, investigators have learned that the lounge was operating without a liquor license. The business is now closed and under investigation by the town. A notice on the door reads, quote, this structure is unsafe and occupancy has been prohibited. Wilson's death is being investigated as a homicide.
And the Humane Society of Ontario County needs your help to care for 16 dogs rescued from what they describe as horrible conditions. Just last week, officers received complaints about several dogs that looked malnourished and unsanitary at a home on Avenue B in Geneva. Investigators found a total of 18 dogs, 8 inside of a camper and another 10 inside the main home of Rosemary Bruno Hess and Brian Hess. Both the camper and home were filled with dog feces and very little food or water. And these investigators say they also found 8 dead animals inside of a freezer chest in the kitchen.
I'm just learning about them now. Shock, for one thing. To have that many animals and have your ones that pass, throw them in the freezer? Come on. How can you do that?
Since last week's rescue, 2 dogs have died. Both suspects charged with aggravated criminal animal cruelty and have been issued appearance tickets. The Hesses have surrendered ownership of all the dogs, and their home and camper were condemned by the Geneva Code Enforcement Office. Again, the Humane Society looking for help in caring for these animals, so if you want information on how to help, visit rochesterfirst.com.
The shutdown of the federal government is now in its 7th day. The Senate reconvened to vote on Republican and Democrat measures to reopen the government Monday, but both proposals failed to advance. The White House has threatened widespread firings of federal workers if the shutdown continues. President Trump says he's open to making a deal, but Democratic leaders say that's not the case.
We are speaking with the Democrats, and some very good things could happen with respect to health care.
Neither Leader Schumer or myself have heard a word from the administration about resolving this issue.
Later, the president clarified that he's happy to work with the Democrats after the government reopens.
The University of Rochester introduces an updated look to their public appearance and name on Friday, announcing that the familiar yellow and blue crest, as you can see there, the motto Meliora on that yellow ribbon in the center, has now been simplified to what we just showed you on the right side of the screen, the blue and white badge with the motto placed at the top of the image. And while many are used to referring to the University of Rochester as the U of R, the university confirms that moving forward, it should be referred to as URochester to demonstrate a, quote, concise, approachable alternative that maintains the strength of the brand.
Now to our sunrise traffic report. We're going to get a view of our Greater Rock Sky Eye Cam. That volume pretty decent at this time. 390, 495, 90, all clear, so you should have a smooth ride. But before we go, we should take a look at our traffic with James Gilbert. By traffic, I obviously mean weather, guys.
Well, hey, traffic relies on the weather.
There you go.
Some people try to avoid going out at all during the rainy times of the day.
Oh,
This is
sure.
true.
Yeah, if you have the option to work from home, I guess you can avoid those showers. It comes in right around 10 a.m., I'd say, for most spots, and then you see it spread across the region through lunchtime, and then last into the afternoon. Could be where we get maybe quarter to ½ an inch of rain in spots. And then that tapers off and we clear out going into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, feeling and looking much more like fall. You see those overnight lows down into the 30s there, and then a gorgeous looking weekend coming up, upper 60s, maybe 70 on Sunday. I was just looking with if we get 3/10 of an inch of rain today through this afternoon, that will be more than the entire month of September.
Wow.
For rain in one day.
That
this
is
afternoon.
Wild. And you know what? I have a feeling that we might really get there.
I mean,
I know you said that, you never really know. It's not a lot.
3/10 of an inch is no rain. I mean, hold your hand up and try to show me what 3/10 of an inch looks like.
I don't even want to try that.
It's very
I won't even
small,
attempt that.
so-
Sure. Smaller than your pinky nail.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
well, of course, if you want to check out James and hear about the weather some more, make sure to check out Brennan and James' podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise, every morning at 9 o'clock. But thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Happy to have you. Remember, keep those rain boots and umbrellas handy, and your next local update is in 30 minutes.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.